Hi. Okay. Great. Hello, everybody. Okay, this is Manto, and I'm just first time decided to use YouTube Live and then the link over to my Facebook. I believe some of you are watching me using your Facebook, so I'm moving around a bit. So I was just checking what camera I'm using. If you don't mind, I'm just being a bit nosy and move around a bit. Still a bit of setting up here to do. Yeah. All right. Like this people are on. Wonderful. Let's see what's happening where you're watching from. Okay. All right. Now, I want to share with you about our retirement village and where do we begin. Now, okay. I'm not sure whether you can hear me. If you can hear me, please do key into the Facebook page, okay, that I'm sharing with, or you can key into YouTube if you're on YouTube now. Okay, I can see there are 4 people on YouTube, so I don't know who you are, but yeah, if you think you want to just key in something, just go ahead and key in, okay? Or you can follow me and subscribe to me. And okay, thanks, Ken. Okay, wonderful. We got 3 people here. Let me see. Camera. Let me see. Okay, I'm live now. Let's see what else. Oh, okay, nice. This is much better. Hi, Shafin. Hi, hi, hi. Okay, you're following me on YouTube. Okay, fine. They're wonderful. Okay, Shafin. So we have a few other people there in the group. Okay, I will just do a bit of fiddling while we are talking, and then I will see where it goes. Now, I won't talk too much, but I think I want to go straight. If I once I start in about 30 seconds, I'm also playing with my handphone, so that you see which is get a better quality of sign. I put a camera here, which is a nice camera, but it seems to be very slow. So very strange, very strange. Okay. Uh, all right. Okay. Okay. For those. Oh, all right. Hi, Shelvin. Hi, team. Hi, Liu. Okay. Don't have your Facebook link. What's to search? Okay. My Facebook link is Manto OR Monty. Okay. Um, but I think it's quite full at this point. So if you want to, um, you can actually just follow me on YouTube or on Facebook. Okay. All right. Let's get right straight to it. I think I try not to move too much because I feel that the picture is a bit not too clear and it's a bit shaky. So I just have to be very mindful about myself. Okay, Liu Timman. Okay. Okay lah, confirm lah. Yeah. Okay, I hope there's enough space for all of them. Okay. Okay, you're talking about retirement village and where do we begin? Now, I would like to share with you there are approximately now 2 school of thoughts. Let's start with the school of thoughts. The what you call the overseas concept school of thoughts, and which is non-existent now, is the Malaysian school of thoughts, which I would like to share about as a Malaysian what I think about retirement village and how to start. Now, many people look at the American, okay, Australian, Japan model, Singapore model. They talk about other people's successes. I think that is great. Nothing wrong with that. But I would like to remind you that we do not our infrastructures are very far behind from all those nice homes in Singapore, in Australia, in Japan. But having said that, in Japan there are also people sleeping under the bridge, so it is not a perfect model as well. um, okay, and everybody always look at the good part. Okay, so I would like you to go beyond that and ask yourself this question: where do we start? I would like to propose a Malaysian model, but of course, at the moment, there are not many models to follow upon. And in if I am to do it in Malaysia, there are probably three ways to go about it. One, the first way will be where you work as a developer and you develop a complete project where you have the track record, where you build a project with fundings, with the aged care, based on three levels, mobile, semi-mobile, and fully assisted, okay, center. So that is provided you have funds, okay. Now that is a straight line model. Now one of this straight line model that you can see at this point is called TWI, which is a nice project by a friend of mine, James Tan. Okay, they're built on based on the basis that they are targeting younger people or who comes in first and then to move through the ages. And the design is pretty good. I would like to say that lah. Okay, but is it perfect? There's no such thing as a perfect center or perfect place. So the TWI model is a developer model. Okay, it's in Shah Alam. You just key in TUAI. Okay, I just key in here the TUAI. Okay, TWI. If you have time, go and have a look. Okay, TWI is a nice place. They built now where you can buy and in a few years' time completed. And of course, they will bring in operators in the area of homes in care. So they operate either, they haven't decided yet because they make it very organic. It could be a concierge service or a higher care service. So that is one model. The second model, which is reasonably successful, will be the Green Acres model by another friend, John Chong. Okay, I will key in Green Acres here. Okay, you can always all read from there. Green Acres Ipoh. Okay, TWI is in what you call Shah Alam or okay Shah Alam Setia Alam area. Okay, so you just key in TWI, you'll find those places. Now, the model in Green Acres is basically they built everything complete and then they lease it out to people. Okay, now they have two types: high-rise apartment, I think 7 or 8 stories. Okay, and the other one is single stories, 2 rooms house. Very nice. Okay. Hi, Michelle. Okay, hi, Michelle. Now, so that is the two models that you are looking at. Now, but you see, the thing is, if you ask me, there are many other operators who are not of that level. So to do that, I would suggest perhaps a third model. Okay, and I want to share with you certain statistics first. Let me open mine. I think while you are seeing me, you won't be able to see my statistics. I recently this year, I just a few months ago, I did a research, okay, and survey. Okay, for those who are doing a retirement home, now I think to me most places are for retirement. Any taman are designed for retirement. Why? It has a few things. It has the amenities is near hospitals. It is near clinics. It has its shoppings and it has its transport get ready. Almost it's quite convenient. So most places are retirement. But let's say you're talking about a specialized retirement place where you can have all in one, okay? You need a lot of money to do it, or you do it the other way around, okay? Which I'm going to talk about in a moment. But first, I want to bring to your attention this level, okay? Now, the third model, before I talk about it, I have to ask a question. If you do a retirement village, who will go into a retirement village first? Okay, according to my statistics, um, out of which, if all those people whom I survey, most people want to enter a retirement village after 47% will be after 70 years old. Okay, 47% will be after 70 years old, 12% will be after 80 years old. Now only a small 12% after 60 years old, and after 80 years old, 37%. Now, is there anybody who wants to enter the home now? Okay, uh, only now, only less than, I would say, less than 8% says, I don't mind. Oh, no, sorry, less than 5% says, I want to enter the home now. So it will be a retirement home. The most people are we had the idea that they are going to move in at the age of 70 or 80. Okay, and by then we don't know how they will be. So generally they need some sort of assistance already. So they won't be a retirement village for the mobile, but most likely semi-mobile and fully assisted. So with this information, I would like to point you back to the model I have in mind. Okay. Now, if you are given a piece of land, okay, if I am to do it, okay, I'll be going to a few places down south to see a property in 2 weeks' time, in 3 weeks' time, sorry, a very big property. Uh, if I were to do it, I would have to ask the question because I don't have the firepower of a big organization like Suntrack, to build everything and start all immediately. I don't have the firepower of, let's say, some of the big like Sunway Group and all those things. Okay, now, so if I don't have firepower, but I have people who give me land, say 5 acres, 4 acres. Okay, so where do we start? Okay, so where do we start? So I would say maybe okay, Aure Sanctuary at Bukit Tinggi. I won't consider Bukit Tinggi, brother. Won't consider Bukit Tinggi yet. Okay, because it, that is for mobile. Okay, but we must remember. Okay, I must reply. But we must remember. I key in all these things so that next time you just check into this YouTube, you see all these link, all the chat inside. I was pointing out that we must remember we are Malaysians. Okay? We Malaysians like varieties. Okay, we like varieties, and we want to try a lot of things. We want this. We want to go out. Sometimes even Chinese food we don't eat the same restaurant. Sometimes we want Malay food, Indian food, Western food. So we need somewhere which is convenient for Malaysians. Okay, so I try not to go into that area. Also, okay, based on my research, okay, I would just like to share with you which are the rich area, okay, a financially rich area. Now, because whoever you're talking to, when you're talking about retirement village, okay, retirement home, one of the things that is very clear is this, okay, there are only two types of clientele, either very near, that means within that vicinity of maybe 20 kilometers diameters or 30 kilometers, or very far, okay, as far as other states and as far as overseas. Okay, so you have to decide which market you go into. There are only two types of market: very far, very near. Now, I have looked at it, and the good area where the average income, okay, which is above the top five. Okay, I give you the top five area, top six area where the income are above average. Okay, okay. Median and mean monthly household income for 20 administrative district, 2016. This is old already, but it's still workable. The top district you should consider is Petaling Jaya. Okay, top district. Okay, now that will be a more of a Chinese market. Then the second one is Sepang. Okay, their income is about 10,000 per household. So this is the second area. Those are Sepang is being mainly half, maybe 60% Malay and then 40% Chinese, and not others. Gombak is a Malay area, but it is quite a rich area. Okay, it is a Malay area. Hulu Langat is a Malay area, so it's quite rich. And of course, Klang. Okay, now Klang is number 5. Johor is number 6. Timor Laut, Barajaya Timor Laut. Okay, West Timor Laut. That means I don't know where is it lah. Okay, I think Tenggara Timor Laut. Okay, that is where Kuantan is lah, Pahang lah. Okay, it's 7,000 is the 7. Now, Melaka Tengah is one of the area you could consider. Is in the top 10. Okay, it's in the top 10 area. So in terms of income, so if you go to the West East Malaysia, then Bintulu and Kota Kinabalu. Now, in fact, Kulai is not a bad place either. Okay, Kulai, Seremban, even Kuala Langat is not a bad place. Okay, these are quite a rich area where the average income would be able to sustain. Okay, in Petaling Jaya, they can sustain a retirement home of 4,000 and above. Okay, Klang can take about 3,005 and above. Then the rest can take up to about 3,000 and above lah. Okay, so I'm just giving an average only. So here, the income, all these areas are there for you to look at. Hey, I want to go in or not. Okay, so the top area is still Petaling Jaya. Okay, Gombak is for the Malay area. Sepang, you can consider. Klang is one area. Melaka Tengah is one area. So, Dennis, I know you are inside here. So, yeah, and I'm going to Melaka to look at one place, two places actually, with my friend, which you know, Dennis. Okay, and explore possibility. So now I'm going to answer the question: if I am to do it, how do I start? Now I'm not rich. Maybe that is where I will look at it this way. But I have a reason why I am going to say. Well, I have reasons why I'm going to tell you what I'm going to say. Okay. If I were to start a home, okay, in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to say this lah. If I'm going to start a home, okay, I'll answer your question in a moment, okay, Team Liu, okay. I am going to start with the one that give me sustainability and marketability. You see, anything we do we must have a center, a central that become the nucleus of growth. Okay, in KL, okay, the old town, okay, the old area of Petaling Street, HS Lee, that is the old area of central of growth. In Klang, it's the railway station area, okay, it's the central of growth. So if you want to do a aged care retirement village, you need a central of growth. This center will become your, okay, your marketing, your branding, and your rehearsals and training all together, and also sustainable income. So if I were to start, I will look at the high care first. In other words, if I'm given a piece of land, let's say 3 acres and above, 3 acres, let's contoh lah, huh? I will start high care first. Okay, and don't worry, because I have to answer the question. Who will give me who will be the first group of people who are prepared to give me 5, 6, 7 thousand a month for care? Now, in Malaysian case, okay, if they don't have any medical, physical, or mental needs, they won't even bother to pay you, say, um, uh 2,000, 3,000. So, and whoever give you the money must be have a need lah, must be have a serious need. Hi, okay, Lim, okay, hi, okay. So they must have a serious need before they decide, hey, I want to do that. So if I were to do it, I will build a 30 bedder minimum. Yes, if I can, single story, because single story is always our maximum 2 stories, high care unit where I will run. Oh, exact DM Lim, aka Dennis. Okay, hi. Okay, all these people come up with funny quotes. Very hard to susah to cari. Okay, I will start with a high care unit, 30 beds as a start. Do it high quality, nice design. Okay, and when you look at the place, it must value at least 5 to 6 thousand. No, so of course, because with the kind of money, you can get better stuff. You can get better manning ratio. You can provide better food. You can provide better services as well. Okay, quality services. So when people look at your place and they know that you can manage a 30 beta or even 40 beta if you think you can, or if you have the space and the volume, people look at it and say, oh, this is running a very good home. Okay, then you start telling people, oh, we are going to build also mobile unit homes whereby people who actually can move around, who just want to rent a room, but nobody take care of them. We just provide them either one semi care or concierge service. The one that we can always go further later. So when you start building, people will start investing. Now the question is, what model you want to use? Selling model or investment model? If I were to do it, okay, I'm a Malaysian. Okay, I'm always believe in whatever I give money in, I must get back something. So lease model is not exactly the best model, and somehow there are some problems with the titling as well. So you can sell the retirement units. Now, if I am to sell the retirement units and I want to maintain my place as a retirement place, okay, there's two school of thoughts. Now, because it is already a retirement place, you don't really have to worry about anything else, because people who are not retiring won't even bother to invest into the place and buy in, because they're too young. Okay, unless you're very cheap lah. Okay, and it's the cheapest place in town. People wants to come in and dying to come in. But that is one school of thoughts. The second school of thoughts is this. Okay, you can always come up with a contract. Okay, this is where you talk to the lawyer lah. The lawyer is the best person to come up with this. Okay, for example, who are specialized in realty. If I were to do it, I will look at contract that says, okay, I this property, let's say I value at for 600,000. But because or let's say 500,000 pending, just as example. But because I want to do it as aged care, okay, I would say I will give you let's say the 15% discount. Okay, and when you sell back to me, when you pass on, you have in the contract spells out they must sell it back to you at X dollars. Okay, at X dollars, which is with a let's say 15% discount, so that when you sell out again, you make a certain profit as well, or maintain certain prices at the market value. I think that is something you may want to consider. Now, this one we need a lot more studies and discussion. It's not as simple as that. I mean, but the thought is simple, which means it is workable, and I believe it is very workable. Get a contract that says, okay, that says that you buy, just you own it, but you will when you go, you have to sell it back to the owner at X value. Okay, this is something for us to think through, lah. Okay, now that is if I were to do it, this is how I'm going to do it. That means I go for the lowest hanging fruits. The lowest hanging fruits will be high care, followed by medium care, and then low care. The low care one is basically concierge services. So when people can see that you can do high care well, they will think that they will know, well, you can do the low care just as good. So, and the most important thing is you give them the comfort to know that that you know should anything happen, you have nurses, doctors, whatever standby to assist them. So I will key in here. Okay, start my center with low hanging fruits. Okay, which is high care. Okay, so that is as a marketing and training ground. Okay, and and a showcase of the development developers ability. Okay, that is how I would look at it. That is how I would like to start. Then I will go into medium care. Okay, care. Now, medium care. So medium care, that's where you start building lah, huh? You start building one by one, bit by bit, and you go ahead and do it. Medium care, okay, that will be the next stage. And then only I go for the independent. Independent is the hanging fruits lah, huh? Yeah. So because of independence, they have choices. Okay, I mean, they can do whatever they want. So in the research, it is very clear. Most people wants to enter a retirement home after 70 or 80. Now, so if I were to do it, this is my journey lah. Now, I hope that answers some of the questions for those who follow this group. I make it very simple, very direct. If I am to do it, this is how I approach. If I am to take over anything, I will go for the lowest hanging fruit first, and the one with the most needs, and the one where they can pay the bills, pay my bills first. The centers, the staff, and most important is this also give people an idea of who you are as a carer. When you care for the most difficult people, people can see whether they can trust you or not. So you don't have to explain your retirement home. Once you do that, people see, oh, this one can do, very good. So I mean, just like example, I mean, some of the projects other people are doing is that when they start, they got problem, But let's say when you look at Sunway, they start off with a simple college, a simple shopping mall, and Sunway Pyramid Hotel. But after some time, over a period of time, they keep building, and expanding, and the nucleus was built around the homes was built around the shopping and also the college and also the hospital. And because they have the hospital there, some of the developments, people look at it, hey, I'm interested. Okay. Okay, people ask me, so Sabah, okay, Kota Kinabalu, Sabah, Kundasan. Okay, I've not been to Kundasan, but it sounds a bit too far away to Kota Kinabalu, but I am quite familiar with Kota Kinabalu. KK is a place, there are only two types of people. In Sabah, there are two types of people. Very rich, very poor. Okay, and not they're always poor, the higher class and the lower class. Yeah. Okay. Okay, thanks, Shavin. I'll share with that in a moment. So, if you look at it, KK, overall, the income in my survey, KK is at number 10. So the mean income, okay, this is a 4 years old survey, so it's 7,000 per household. But I think by now it should be about 8 or 9,000, 8,000 plus, per household. But again, when you look at this survey, when they say the household is 7,000, which means that there are one group of people, let's say the 5% or 10% of the population, could be earning a average income of 18 to 20 to 30,000 per month. Let's say 20,000 per month. And then at the lower end will be those on average 2,000, 3,000 per household or 4,000 per household. That's why you come to the average becomes 7,000. So I believe the rich will be very rich, the poor will be very poor. So you have to do your calculation and do your research. Go to Department of Statistics to get your statistics. Berapa orang ada duit, berapa orang tak ada duit lah. Do a bit of your homework. Don't. Besides that, okay, that's KK. Now Kundasan, I don't know. Okay, Shelfin. Okay, deep thoughts. Okay, the transfer fee is between selling back to management and resell to new owner. RPGT and all strengthening property and strata management law is needed to move further. Agreed. That's why we said you need a lawyer who is expert in this particular area to carry it out, buying and selling. But I don't think it's impossible with the way things are moving. You just need to look at the existing law and how we can move forward. Yes, there will be a lot of issues, but but that is where the difference is, isn't it? People who can solve the problem will be able to earn the big bucks. Okay, what about urban areas right in downtown, but condo concepts with medical facilities within the building, etc.? Downtown, KL town. Well, actually, downtown is actually a very good area, and unfortunately, at the moment, okay, we are for aged care. If you want, I mean, I am studying downtown and mobile, apartment. One of the issues we have is with apartment is not the service, not the abilities of the service provider. It's the law. Okay, so if you under which law are you going to be registered under the building? You see, if you do high care straight away, we have two options. Either we can go and register under Ministry of Health under KKM, but if I'm going to build a high care facilities under KKM, I won't build a 30 bed. I have to build at least a 60 to 80 bed to see some money coming in, to see some profits. Okay, because under KKM, the rules are stricter. Now, the other rules is under kebajikan, which is basically under welfare. And welfare basically is just to make sure that you meet certain basic criteria to do the center. So that is under welfare. Now, the third law act is out already, Akta 802, but they don't have guidelines. So we don't know yet. Okay, but when I was inside the discussion, as I understand from the Ministry of Health, the Akta 802 will be under Ministry of Health. So the chances are if you build your building according to Akta 586, which is the Private Healthcare Facilities Act, the chances are it will be accepted by 802. So I think you can go into. So that is the challenges. But there are people exploring it, and there are people doing homes in the condos and all those things, providing services. There are ways to go around it. Okay. In terms of legal or not legal, I don't know. There are things I still have to study, which is something I have to think about. So Amanda, sorry, I like the idea of concepts. There are people who have done it before. Okay, thanks, Dennis. Dennis came back with his own name. Okay, so thank you, Dennis. So there are one group of people who are actually doing it using condo, where they use a sharing a tree to a house concept, whereby the law says if you have less than four people, less than four people, trees sharing a condo, okay, you don't need a license to do it. So there are people doing that, but they also provide another set of issues. Okay, it's about the efficiency, the in terms of profitability, is it worth it or not? I in my mind do a quick calculation. Actually, can be done. Okay, can be done if you can provide the service. Okay, so this is something for you to think about. Now, what other questions? Start my sent. Okay, start, okay. Let's see other questions earlier on. Temu Kota Kinabalu. Let's see. Green acres. Temu. Okay, everything we also want cheap, quality, and sustainable. Okay, Tem. Okay, in life we have to decide where we want to position ourselves as a center. So I always go for position myself in the upper end of things. Why? Simply, let me explain to you my thinking also about why I want to go upper end. Okay, there are only two ends. If I want to do lower end, I will do charity. Okay. The very high end, okay. Because in the middle, the problem is you're neither here nor there, and the cost is going up every day. Yeah, so I want to go upper end. Now, when I do upper end, if let's say I'm doing a home of 6,000 and above or 5,000 and above, let's say anyone who can afford my center will be somebody in the industry, either a GM, CEO, or businessman. Now, people like this are influencer in the industry. Now, if I do a high quality home and take care of their parents well, I take the problems off their mind and they can concentrate on their job. Now, if a businessman who hire maybe 50 to 100 staff and a CEO who's taking care of a company of maybe 200-300 people, by helping the mother or the father, I am helping more than just one person. I'm helping people keeping their jobs. It could be as much as by helping one person, I'm helping 200 people, including the family members of the staff and all those things. So I would like to do higher end because the good that we can do is far bigger, cascading down to the lower level. Okay, you can help the top, you can cascade down. That is how I think. Okay. Just see if any other question. If not, I won't be talking too much because I want to share with you. I just share with you how I want to start my retirement or where do I begin. So I will begin with, I repeat, the lowest hanging fruits, which is high care, followed by mid care, then the independence, because independence has choices. Okay, so I'm waiting. Just give another a couple of minutes. Anybody has any questions? Please do feel free to ask. Okay, please do feel free to ask. I will check my Facebook and see if there's any questions on my Facebook. Okay, okay, there's nothing much here. On my Facebook, there's no other questions. If there are no other questions, okay, Shelvin and everybody who had joined me in the group, thank you for your support. Thank you for listening, and I hope that you all will do well in your centers, and may you bless other people with your homes, your centers, and your good works. So with that, thank you very much and good night. Okay, and I'll end this stream. But of course, you can continue to see this um, online. And you can follow me on the Facebook. You can keep seeing this. So with that, thank you very much. Good night.